Boisai. I could tell there's a lot of guests in the room. It had a little bit more oomph to it. Gewaldig. We're only going to say hello to like 10. After that, you're on your own. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Hi, Stevie Eisenberg.
Shalom Aleichem from?
From the Upper East Side.
Wow, very nice. What are you doing here? Visiting?
Yeah.
Shalom Aleichem. You, what's your name?
Tolchinsky, Eliyahu from Flatbush.
Shak. And your son? Is your son?
He's not from Flatbush.
No. What's your name? Tuvia. Shalom Aleichem. And you?
Danny Perlowitz.
Perlowitz. What was the name? From where?
Bar Park.
Gewaldig. Don't tell me you're from Lakewood. Borough Park. Stand up for people again. Where do you live in Kensington?
Eastern, I can tell you.
Wow. You know, I used to live on East 4th in Ditmas. Spent a lot of time there. Avodah. Very close. Okay, well, what's your name?
Menachem Gutman.
From?
Toronto.
Shema. Oh, yeah? Where? Who? Oh, he's also your cousin. That was his
Uncle.
I got it.
The whole family.
Okay, you're up next. Noah, what's your name?
Ezra Khan.
From?
Boynton Beach, Florida.
Oh, Boynton Beach. I'm going to be. So, boy side, Bezer Hashem, Monday night, I'm flying to Miami direct. And I don't know what the schedule is. We still don't know. But there's going to be some shir in Boca probably. There's also the mix of Tisha B'Av. There's going to be shir in Matzah Tisha B'Av Bezer Hashem. I got to warn the Olam, okay? Start warning now. Ben Azmanim is a time that people fall off the daf. And to add to that I'm not going to be here, so a lot of people that used to come to the Beis Medrash, not you guys, because you're all new. You're all the Matzah Shabbos people. But the people that come here during the week, or even Shabbos Sekon, who comes every single Matzah Shabbos, yeah. Do not fall off. This is the Yetzer Hara. So the situations change. I have to tell you, I know you think I'm going to Miami, it's going to be a lot of fun. It is. I'm going to go to Utah, it's a lot of fun. It is. But it's also difficult to get off a plane and give a shir right off you get off a flight, and you don't know if you learned the Gemara, you don't know where you are. You know, some people have a hard time learning on a plane. And then doing all this, you know, it's unfortunately you have to do a lot of trips and look at some niflais habayra all day and then give a shir. It's not pashut, not pashut. So if I have to go through that tsar, you do a little bit. Just listen. All you have to do is you don't have to prepare shir. Imagine you have to do a ben. You have to. You go on a ben Azmanim trip, but during the trip you have to prepare the whole time. Prepare, and then maybe 20,000 people will watch it. 40,000, who knows? And you're on shpilkis the whole day, and then you have to it's not so pashut. I know you're a little jealous. I'm going to Miami and Utah. Say there. But at least don't fall off the daf. There's no reason to fall off. So, if you're one of those guys that's thinking about falling off, do not. No matter what, do the daf at night. Any other guests here? All you guys, what's going on here? You're David. Get over here. Get David. Come here. I managed to notice you. Come here. I haven't seen you in a long time. This guy, Rabbi Sai, you don't understand what happened. He started a thing in Flatbush. You want to tell them the story? Shalom Aleichem. Get over here. Baruch L'chaim Mason. I haven't seen you in a long time.
You know the first time I met you, remember what I told you?
No.
I said you're much better looking on YouTube.
Because I had a beard then.
No, nothing to do with the beard. And now I come here, I say it looks much bigger on YouTube. So
this is your first time here?
Every time I come, you're gone. It's like a school of you to go. I text you.
I stayed just for you.
That's what I convinced you.
Come closer. Listen to this. This guy right over here. What happened? So you brought up.
I fell out of the whole thing though.
What whole thing?
No, I didn't fall out of it.
Okay, don't discourage me. Encourage me. Yeah, positive. So what happened back in Megillah time? What was it?
No, it was.
What was it?
Sukkah.
Sukkah. That's exactly 4 years ago.
Well, I started 5 years ago. I missed a day.
I haven't missed a day. You're still one of these.
If I miss a day, I'm going off the derech.
I know. This guy never missed a day.
After 7 years, I'll go off the derech, but I want to finish first.
I know. I trust. Listen.
Don't take me.
Anyways, you took a box of Gemaras to Hatzalah event or something?
With Akiva. I met Akiva. He was very down. I met him at the Hatzalah garage.
He might not be doing it now. I don't know. I haven't heard from him. He's in. Okay, he's on off. Okay.
He's doing
Akiva Salkowitz.
He's doing Bite for Chai now, so he's trying.
Okay, let's not get off. Oh, we have a shirt to give. Quick. So you went.
I met him. He was very down.
Yeah.
I said, "What's the matter?" And that was when that was unfortunate. You know, the tragedy in Surfside. and
Yeah.
his good friend's father passed away. And I said, listen, you should learn Sukkah.
Yeah.
We just started. It was Dalet. I think it was up to Daf Dalet Amud Aleph.
Yeah.
And I said, Akiva, you know what? You want to do something for your friend? Learn the Masechta, Lila Nishmas, his father. And he said, learn a Masechta. I mean, he's like, you think some people here have ADD. His ADD is way worse. Way worse. It's okay. Nobody's watching. So I said, no, you could do it. I'm telling you, you could do it. You could do it. He said, nah. So he said, okay, fine. I convinced him like 20 minutes. I said, you should start. I'm telling you, it's really good. And the next day I texted him. I said, "Nu, did you get a Gemara?" And he said, "No." And you could ask him if I ran out of the house, and I bought a Gemara, and I ran to his office, and then I went ahead and he started doing it. He finished the whole Masechta. He caught it up. What?
That was him. Then you bought 30.
And then he made a big siyum, and you know his father came. His father's a bigger Miller guy, and his father was mamish crying. His father was crying at the siyum. Literally, tears were coming down his face. Yeah. And there were like 40 people there, 50 more. I said, you know what? I think it was before you started giving out. Did you give out the free Gemaras? I like to talk more than you do. And basically, I gave out like 40 Gemaras. Then we got a bunch of guys, and then
started the Hatzal group.
Yeah, and then we had a bunch of guys.
How many people joined this Hatzal group?
A few hundred.
He's like, all right, let's go. I love you.
Nice to see you. I'm leaving. I'm saying.
Great to see you. Wow. Finally. David Zlatnik, our boy said. David Zlatnik. Okay, so I guess I'm going to skip all emails. I'll read one. Kobe Moses. To be read Friday. Tells me exactly when to read it. I don't want to read it Friday. I want to read it today. Erev Shabbos. Motzi Matzis. Givaldik. L'choid Rebbe Moiri Harav Hamagitshir Daf Yomi Shir Shlita. Today, Rosh Chodesh Av marks 4 years since Peretz Chaim Levin, Stewie Nussbaum, and many others, me included, got on MDY Ferris wheel, including Akiva Solkowitz. You hear what's going on, Akiva? I mean, yeah. Akiva Solkowitz, punkt started. This is what this guy's saying. This is exactly 1,477 days ago. That leaves only 1,234 days to go to our personal seal. Did I read this on Friday? Yeah? Maybe I did. You know what? Very good. Yeah, I put it in for the thing. So we could just go and we'll go weiter. Let's just do the, okay, sponsors. Nobody's also polite, or you don't watch the email part. Says sponsors, David Salomon, dedicated memory of Avi Mari, Reb Shmuel Baruch, ben Reb Chaim Tzvi, Doiv Zechron Levracha. Mesechta sponsors, Anonymous, Hatzlacha Baruchim Zivigashmi, Zechus Achinu B'nai Yisrael. Anonymous, may our learning be a shield of protection, a source of unity and blessing for Am Yisrael. Joel Gedalius, Lil Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Koil sponsors, monthly. Mishar and Miriam Landy, thank Hashem for all the bracha and simcha. Monthly sponsors, TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Save. Anonymous, Rav Shlema Chol Delea, Baz Bracha. Weekly sponsors, Ari Farkas, that my father, Dov Farkas, should stay strong in his Daf Yomi commitment. I spoke to him yesterday. He said he hasn't missed a day in over 5 years. So his son is Stam saying, you should continue. And connection to Yiddishkeit. He hasn't lost the connection to Yiddishkeit. B'chalal, just his son is a counselor somewhere, I forgot where. He made a little money. He said, I want to give a donation. Let's chus my father. B'yom and Zichraman, for Shleimel Avram ben Elisheva Pnina. Anonymous, daily sponsor, Lila Nishmas Rivka Bas Chaim Moishe, Oleh Shalom, Yoni Weiss, Lila Nishmas Elimelech Tzvi ben Moishe. Monthly art, for Shleimel for Yehodat Eitan. B'Sheva Bracha before Shleima. Before Shleima Mordechai ben Esther. Before Sayeled Daniel Zev ben Ayelet Esther. Givaldik. Rabbi said we're holding on Daf Lamed Zayin Amud Beis. V'Shlokos. Manani Mili. So it's a whole sugya about Bishul. Now I realized, I'm sure everybody talks about it. I never thought about it though. Is it a problem to buy coffee in Starbucks? Is it a problem to get a cup of coffee on a plane? Why is that not Bishul Akum? It's Oyla Shulchan Melachim 100%. Kings eat, drink. Nice try. I also thought about that. You sit in business class. They don't serve you coffee over there. That's not a melech. Okay. No? Huh?
It's water.
But you don't eat the coffee.
I'm saying the water.
The water? What about the coffee?
The water is the...
So I think we have to think about it a little bit before we...
Yeah.
It's the main part. You drink it because you're thirsty, you drink it because you want the caffeine. Okay, fine. So there's different. So how can you scream out Shulchan Malachim? Forget about emotion. Scream. Weiter. No, I'm just saying that these are things that you need to think about. What about the airplane meal that they put into the? No, that's already done. Yeah, okay, that's shtusam. Fine. Says the Gemara, Vashlakos, Menanimila. How do we know the whole problem with Bishalakum? Or Rabbi Chia Barabba, or Rabbi Yochanan, Omar Kro. Oichal bakesef tashbireni ve'ochalti. It says in the same pasuk food. It says Umayim bakesef tidin b'shosisi. Told the king of Sichai, let us go through your country. If we eat food, we'll pay for it. But there's a connection between food and water. The Gemara is going to say that this is just an asmachta. It's not a real pasuk. It's not a doiraisa. Kamayim. Food is like water. Mamayim shlein ishtanu. Water doesn't change. It is what it is. It remains the same. So too food has to remain the same. If not, then it's bishalakum, you can't eat it. Let's say you take wheat and you what's the word? You roast it. Roasted wheat kernels. They look like wheat kernels, the same thing. Just something changed and that's a little crunchier. So you're going to tell me it's asur? Maybe you'll say, yeah, okay, it's asur. If a guy does, it's asur. At the end of the day, if you roast the kernels, you're allowed to eat it. So we have to change the pshat a little bit. We do learn from water. But nothing changed, like the way it looks, it's the same. So any food that looks the same as when you initially whatever the word is, you have this food, you have this kernel, it's the same, nothing changed. So, okay, this is mutter. But food that changes completely, that you're not allowed to eat from a guy. So what about wheat that you grind down, you make flour out of it? So that changed. You're going to tell me that's also? Yes, it's also. These are fine flour, regular flour. It says you're allowed to eat the flour from a guy. Oh, so finally, there's no change that was made through fire. So any food that was changed through fire is also. So it comes out like this. What about ground wheat, which we call flour? Is that a problem? No. Why is it not a problem? Because it didn't change through fire. What about roasted kernels? They did change through fire. Is that also or mutter? Mutter. Why is it mutter? Because they didn't change the way they look. So we have two things here. If it changes from the way it looks, but not through fire, like that's like Shalom Aleichem, a guest from Shalom Aleichem, California, no? Baldik. Aydeyor. So Mela, okay, so we have two chidushim here. If it changes from the what's the word, complexion, whatever the word is, the consistency, the appearance, that whole thing, through fire, asur. So if you grind something down, mutter. But what if it changed the whole complexity? It's crunchy now, and it was through fire, but it looks the same. It looks the same. So Mela, it's mutter. Says Gemara, Midu Urksiv. Where does it say in this pasuk anything about fire? It says oichel and water. Nothing about fire. Says Gemara, Elam the Rabban Daf Lamed Ches Amud Aleph. This is the Rabbanon. Ukra asmachta ba'alma. Says Tosfos. Rashi sticks in something. He brings Rashi. You can look at Rashi, but I'm just throwing it in one shot. What's the whole problem with Bishul Akum? Until now, we learned that the problem is that chasnos, you're going to marry the daughter. Rashi says something, a whole new thing that we never saw before. The Rabbanan goes, you go in there and he's going to give you something else, a piece of chazer. Fine. It's a chiddush. Says, I don't know, like where even Rashi himself says chasnos in the Mishnah. Great. And at the end he says, I just underlined that he says, I just thought it's important to know this halacha. Many of us, we have cleaning ladies at home. And sometimes the cleaning ladies like to help out in the kitchen. Yeah? It happens. So says Taisus, there's no difference whether you're in her house or she's in your house. Bishul Akum is Bishul Akum. So you got to be careful in your house. If she's going to put up the cholent or whatever it is, you got to be careful. Omer Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak Omer Rav. Top line on Lamed Ches Amud Aleph. Let's say a carrot. You could eat it as is, or you could put it into a soup. So there's no bishul akum. What are other foods that you could think of? Maybe give me some examples. Things that are eaten as is, but vegetable. Some apples, let's say they do the baked apple. What else? Fish. Sushi, you mean?
Yeah.
Eat fish as is. Okay.
That's a good one.
I guess. Yeah. Huh? Most of the Jewish world does, but don't think that you're most of the world. Most of the world eats sushi. Yeah. And all those Jews that don't, when they come to the shir here, you should see the Yushalmis. They eat more sushi than everybody else. Once they got used to it, forget it. They're stuffing their pockets with it. That's a different story. Okay, fine. It says, Besura Masno. Okay, so this is what they say. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did say this. That's how they say in Surah, that what's together? If you're going to eat it anyways as is, and then the guy cooked it up, not a big deal. But they say something else. If this is not something that a king eats, together with the bread, it says here, this is not a problem of bishul akum. Bread is, because it's the lab. What now? It's Motzei Shabbos. It's very consistent. Every Motzei Shabbos, he lets something out. What now? But what happened?
Nothing.
Last time you're schmoozing with yourself. I got it. Givaldik. I thought we spoke about it. Huh? Avi, tell him. He wants him a little back. Okay.
Sorry.
But that's not what he was saying. Oh my God, it's every Motzei Shabbos. It's nothing to do with you. No. He was talking to himself. He really was. Motzei Shabbos is a different gather with him. He had a lot of sleep, a lot of other things. He's good. It's just nothing. Okay. So once in a blue moon, the whole system goes down on Motzei Shabbos, or there's a Zoom bomb or something. But there's nothing to do. There's nothing. No Shabbos. Next. And usually that's it. He's done for the night. It's one time. My benayu.
None of this is pre-planned.
My benayu. What's the difference? Where could be a nafkamina, whether it's like a carrot that is edible beforehand, an apple, all of these vegetables are edible beforehand, but you could also cook them, it's not a problem bishul akum, or whether it's appropriate to bring to in front of a king. Maybe like herring. Although a Jewish king for sure eats herring, there's no shayla. Mushrooms, cereal. You don't give a king a bowl of cereal. That's not, when nobody's looking, maybe the cocoa pellet. How can you go without cocoa? That's not everybody's favorite.
I like that. That's good.
That is one of the fruity pellet. Okay. What? We're gonna Trex. Get out of here. There's gonna point in time. I'm gonna have to kick you out of the chair. One more shtus like that. That's out. Trex. Anybody here? Trex. Trex. Anybody? Crowds. You're sticking up for him. Anybody here? Cocoa Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles. There's a reason why they don't sell tricks in Eretz Yisrael. Only Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah. You have to find. Okay, so Memelo, you have these things, these fish. You have these fish. You can't eat a small fish without cooking it. But at the same time, it's not something. So Memelo, if you can't eat it, it's not. No, it is. There is a problem because you can't eat it without cooking. There is a problem with bishul akum. But since you can't put it on the king's table, so there's no problem with bishul akum. So this is the nafkamina. Omer Rav Asi Omer Rav. Dogim ktanim meluchim. So now you have, here we go. This is dogim ktanim meluchim. Let's call it herring. So let's say a guy takes your herring out of the fridge and he cooks it. It's not a problem because it was already edible. Before he put it on the fire, before he put it in a pot, you're able to eat it. People eat it straight out of the, as is, meluach.
Maybe that's the reason to drink coffee in a coffee shop.
Oh, no, could be. Could be he's right. No, I'm sure that they say that these beans are they're already cooked. That's why it's not such a problem to make coffee on Shabbos. You know, some people are not so makbid on klisheni because it's already the instant coffee.
Also regular coffee.
And what about regular coffee? Just beans. Who eats beans like that?
The Shaker lady said that since beans are not
Turkish is a problem. So. Huh?
No, yeah, like shlishi.
Who?
Shlishi.
Bishul kal, but some say it's already mebushel. It's in bishul achar bishul. Okay, I'm saying this people thought I'm makbid. I don't know if everybody's makbid on it.
He's saying distinction between Turkish coffee and regular.
Oh, Turkish coffee. You're talking about? I'm talking about instant coffee. Kafeh shachar. I don't know anything about kafeh shachar. Yeah, I know the olam here. The very the kafeh shachar on every night they drink a lot of kafeh shachar here. Turkish coffee. Omar Rav. Interesting, because the Bach talks about a contradiction that we have here on the sugya, Dogim Ktanim. So he explains, and a lot of people bring the Bach, the Taz, and all that. Dogim Ktanim, it can mean small fish. It can mean like a sardines, but Dogim Ktanim could also mean like a juvenile fish, like a tuna. Instead of it being this big, a tuna this big is a dak katan. That's how he tries to explain the stira here. But anyway, now since if you take herring and you put it into a bowl, into a pot, and you cook it, it's not considered bishul. Can you use cooked herring for an eruv? Because in the eruv tafshilin on yontif, when yontif falls out on erev Shabbos, so now how do you make food for Shabbos? You have to make it erev tafshilin. But you need something mevushal, you need a cooked item. But we just said it's not considered cooked. The guy didn't cook it, it's already considered meluach. The Gemara says no, it is considered, for that it is considered cooked. Yet, since he took the herring out of the fridge, put it in a pot and cooked it up, that's considered erev tafshilin. Oh, so now we have a nice topic here called schnitzel. What bracha do we make on schnitzel? Shakal. Anybody here make a mezainis on it? You make a mezainis. Machlokes. So, in yeshiva, you definitely have to make mezainis because hamaitzi, because there's a tiny sliver of chicken in there somewhere, but the rest is all crumbs. There's no shayla. It depends what yeshiva you learn in. And so it's either mezainis or hamaitzi. Nobody's mocking on that. But they said that there's a mice. I don't know how true it is. Somebody asked Rabbi Yashiv, what bracha do you make on schnitzel? So he says, what's schnitzel? So he explained to him, you take chicken and egg and you put flour. He says, it's before Gemara and Avodah Zarah, you have to make a mezainis. So his wife screams out from the kitchen. I don't know, she called him. She says, you just ate schnitzel this afternoon. What do you mean you don't know what schnitzel is? He says, that's schnitzel. That's shahako. Says Gemara, he took like this muria stuff, this fish, and he added a whole bunch of flour to it. Osir. That's osir. Because now he took from fish, he made it into schnitzel. Says Gemara Pshita. What's the chiddush? He did all this. He made a schnitzel. I would think that the fish inside, or we call it the chicken inside, is the main part. The kemach, the flour. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I like the way my wife makes schnitzel because of the topping. Some people will just do this. She goes, they sell all these things. The American style with the cornflakes, with you put some. That's a whole matzav. That's the ikr. What's the ikr for people? You don't want the one from the wedding hall. That one, huh? Somebody said the one from the wedding hall on Friday. It's called schnitzel kadosh. Why? Because it was served at the bris in the morning and the pinyon aben in the afternoon, and now it comes to you. So it's mamish has kedusha from all the simchas. Omer Abruna. Fine. Anyway, ask your rabbi what bracha you should make on schnitzel. Depends how thin it is. Depends how geschmack the top is. The whole thing. Omer Abruna, Omer Rav. It's a ur bagam. Amazing sugya. You have this different places. They have these controlled fires. They don't want the forest to come onto the highway. Whatever it is, fires. So they call them Oived Kechavim comes, lights a whole bunch of brush. And to your tremendous mazel, when it's all over, you find a bunch of dead grasshoppers. Geschmack, mamish, roasted, toasted. It's ready to go. So, what's the halacha? Could you eat the grasshopper? It's bishalakum. But he didn't know there's grasshoppers there. Is that considered bishalakum? It's a big shiloh. That's what we're going to learn now. He took a meadow, he burnt it down. Nothing to do with the grasshoppers there. This is not a song, Rabbi said, don't start singing it, please. These grasshoppers are also for you to eat. Ask the Gemara, what's the case? No, I'm just stop. No, it's 9 days. How was the Shabbos? Is Taki good?
There's a lot of errors. I was like, call it, everyone has that have also grasshoppers, everything.
Let's say the problem is because there's some non-kosher grasshoppers in there. They're already roasted. You don't know what they look like. I showed you here. Where's my roasted grasshoppers? There's a kid here, a tzaddik of a kid. He's not here tonight. He's probably not going to come anytime soon. I'll read his letter. He wrote me a handwritten letter here. And basically, it says like this. I started learning the daf with you 4 months ago, and I already finished 130 daf. Basically, his father's nifter. His father's your friend's over there, Dr. Black. What's his name? Black, right? Black. And the kids are. I started MDY in schus of my father to give him schus. Anyway, he says that his father bought a bunch of these from Slifkin, and for the seder, and he ate them at the seder. So I said, "You would eat one right here?" He said, "Yes." And I didn't have it with me. Chaval, we had a carbon that was going to eat it. But anyways, these guys, they what? I know. That's fine, whatever. No, because I'll show you. Did I show this the English here? I don't think I showed them this video. Here. Check this out. He's in there to stroll. You can see he's there to stroll the door. Peter, cheers.
Are they roasted?
Yes, they are.
The rehearsals after.
Rabbi Nathan Slifkin's museum is extra. Would Rabbi like to try one?
Okay.
Excellent.
It's the same
May I
thing.
be Yotze with your bracha?
Okay.
Okay. Take Rabbi's plate.
It was live still. It jumped out of his hand.
Made. I don't know.
He says it doesn't have a flavor.
Rabbi Slifkin prepared.
I guess he holds. I don't know. I'm not going to ask any questions. I guess he holds that if somebody else has a Messiah, you can be serving on the Messiah. I'm sure,
That probably tastes good.
Place can say something about that. 'Cause he's not going to make it up.
Yeah, it does not
It's
taste
Goy
good.
Noilam.
I agree.
Anyway, so
I thank you for the psak and the food review.
Okay.
Yes.
You can probably.
Givaldik. So here goes. If you don't know that there's kosher grasshoppers in there, Ma'iri Oivit Yechavim, Afilu Yisrael Nami. Does anybody want to feel one of these? You could. I have no problem. You want to pass it down? You want to eat one? Aryeh. Oh, this has a leg on it. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Oh, you didn't take off the legs?
No, the leg's burned off. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at this guy. Could you zoom in on this leg?
9 days.
It has a leg. See the leg?
Because you're allowed to eat it in 9 days.
What?
The meat is 9 days.
Are you allowed to eat it in the 9 days? Actually, it's a mitzvah to eat it in the 9 days. The tsar that you have eating it is like, imamish, it's zeichel churban. That's my psak right now. The only meat you're allowed to eat in the 9 days, Rabbi say, right here. Shem Yerachim. Okay, if you're gonna eat it, eat it here on camera. And I'm not. It's treived in the hara. You could buy it. By slifkin. No lifnei here. It's not okay. Fine. If we're talking about different types of grasshoppers and you're concerned that some treif ones, then even if a Jew burnt down the whole meadow, you're not allowed to eat anything there. You don't know what's kosher, what's not kosher. The Gemara is going to go back to this teretz, but before we get there, the Gemara says, oh, the problem is bishul akum. But why is this also? If a guy takes an animal and burns off the hair, you're allowed to eat its ear. Rabbi said, one of the best. Oh, I love this one. Check this out. I have to get to the beginning. Here we go. He burns off the hair. The guy looks pretty goyish. Why? Because he has brown shoes. And this guy's going to eat its ear. Yummy. Kitzer, you're allowed to eat its ear. So anytime I mention ear, you like it? It's good? Who'd you come with? Came by yourself? Well, where's your father? Is he here? You left him in the back. Huh? You took the front seat. What's your name? Yair what? Lasser? Lasker. How old are you? 11. Gewaldig. Today I hope he comes one of these days. I gave, Noam Fix's son, comes, I ate by him, and he says, when are you going to fire me on Avodah Zarah? Zarah, yeah, right. Anyways, he keeps on asking me during the meal. So finally, he gives me a Gemara. He pushes the Gemara. So I started asking him questions. I couldn't believe this. The kid's a genius, but he's not. That's awesome. He's repeating stuff, like his stories and everything, and like, I don't want to embarrass Noam, but there was one thing he knew better than Noam. He like knew it. It was crazy. Anyway, very surprised, but I'm sure you know your stuff also. Can I ferry you in the whole? I asked him how many times does it say the story of he said 3. So I said, tell me which ones. And he started telling me each one, the story, the whole story. It's hard to remember the 3 stories. Weiter, yeah.
As we sing the song. That's it.
But I have to say the story, even though I must have said it 3 times in the last month. But it's a very important story. There were 2 sisters who were in a big fight for many, many years. Huh? When was the last time I said it?
3 weeks ago.
You remember? So one sister was dying. So she said, I want to make up with my sister. Call her here. So they call in the sister, and they said, everybody leave. And she could barely talk. And she's like, she says, come closer. I want to kiss her. The sister bends down, puts her ear by her mouth to hear what she's saying, and the sister took a bite out of her ear. It's not funny. She bit her ear, and she died. That's the power of a fight, of a machloikis, their own sister. And somebody told me, I don't know if is he here? Somebody told me on Friday. Yeah, no, he's not here. Somebody on Friday told me a ma'aseh that happened to him this week, that somebody did something really bad to him, very bad, like a bad thing. And all of a sudden he gets a call, and he's very young guy, not married yet. Gets a call from the family. He says, the guy had a terrible thing happen to him. He's in a coma now, and they don't know what's going to be with him. And the family feels it's because of what he did to you. And they want you to be moichel him. Are you moichel him? He said, of course, I'm moichel and everything. And then he tells me, listen, I'm thinking about it. How could I be moichel what he did to me? And so he told me different things. He says, I said it because I felt bad, but I have a problem now. Like, can't really be moichel, the whole thing. But just the machloikis, what people do to each other is crazy. We're in the 9 days. You got to think about it. Says the Gemara, Alma laburi serka mechaven. With this whole device, again, Nachamal, check this out. It's crazy. It's good stuff. This, why is he doing it? He doesn't want to eat the ear. So I had a guy ask me, he stopped the shear. He didn't understand. Is the cow dead or alive? I don't know what's the difference. He looks kind of dead. But why did he do it? He did it to remove the hair. It happens to be that the ear, as a side point, is edible now.
Is it kosher shkita?
Yeah, kosher shchita. He had a guy there in the store taking off the hair. So over there, by the way, the Belzer told me to check it out. He says in Ksub's Daf Yomi Amud Beis, in the Rashi. So I go over there. It says in Rashi over there that if you talk during learning, you listen to the shtusim in the middle of learning. So the first thing that Hashem takes care of is the ears. They burn your ears. So Rashi over there brings this Gemara. It says ears are the easiest thing to cook. Ayin, he says, look at Avodah Zarah Daf Lamed Ches. Anyway, the guy's holding in Rashi's all over Shas, everything. So, in other words, it depends of what your kavanah is. If your kavanah as a guy is to burn off hair, it happens to be as a side. There's a side benefit that the ear became nice, beautiful barbecue, and the guy, so you're allowed to eat it. It's not bishul hakum. Over here, he's trying to burn down the whole meadow, but he wasn't trying to cook up the grasshoppers. So maybe you're allowed to eat them. Says Gemara, no, you're right. The problem is not the goy. The problem is more that we don't know if it's kosher or not kosher. There's different species of grasshoppers that are not kosher. So then why did you mention the goy at all? That was Gemara's question originally. Then even if a Jew did it, you're right. If a Jew did it, it would be the same problem. It's like me saying, oh, if a guy made a controlled fire, yeah, because that's what happened. The guy made a controlled fire, but if a Jew did it, it would be the same exact halacha. Gufa. We just said the guy burns the hair off the head. You're permitted to eat its ear. I just want to mention it because I have to mention this once in a while. There's a big tzaddik that's giving out $1,000 a week in a raffle for those who do chazara. Every daf chazara you do, you go over here, you go into this website, whatever it is, and you put down how many daf chazara. You did one chazara, you get chazara every night. That's it. All the guys that come twice, Benny, automatic. Get 7 raffles, 7 daf gemara. You do 2. And now I recommend the first week because you're not going to have a lot of people doing it the first week, right? Until it builds up. Your chances of you going on?
Yeah.
It's only up to 1.5 speed. It's too slow.
It says what? It says there? Oh, you have to do the chazar of the shir? You can't do your own chazar of a daf?
Also do the chavrusa.
So I can't even get it. I can't even be. What if the guy gives the shir? Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, I thought it meant. Okay, I hear. Why can't you just do chazar? What's the big deal if you do chazar without a shir? It says chavrusa?
Yeah, it says other as well.
Why can't you do? What if you do by yourself?
It says other if you do it with like someone.
Okay, I don't know. I have to talk to him. You should allow just chazar. You hear the shir once. You don't have to shir twice with the jokes and everything. Even though. Says Gemara. Hey Chidami. No, I guess it means even if you don't want to do your own chazar, you listen in double speed. Like that. There's a taxi driver that watches the shir 6 times a day. Hey, huh?
You can't double speed. It says up.
Right, I know. The third time you should be able to do 12. You should allow every. Okay, we'll talk to him. If a guy throws in a piece of wet wood, he wants to get you can't use moist wood in a fireplace, so he throws it into the oven, a piece of wood. And a Jew threw in a piece of food beforehand. He buried it in the oven, and the guy didn't pay attention. Shapir dami. Why? Because the guy was doing it for his own peg, not for the Jews' food. And you're allowed to eat from it. Says Gemara Pshita, what's the chiddush? At the end of the day, he was trying to cook something. He's only trying to strengthen the wood, not to cook the wood. You can't cook a wood. You can't cook kalim. So what comes out? Rabbi said, check this out. The Jew throws this into the oven before the guy comes along, and the oven is off, yeah? Comes the guy puts in pizza. That's aser. Why? Because the guy was mechaven for food. But if the guy just put a piece of wood in there, then it's mutter. Yeah, that's what comes out here. The reason why it's mutter is because he put a piece of wood and you can't cook wood. But if he was trying to bake a pizza, it would be a problem. This happens all the time. You're a caterer. You're not going to sit there on the grill. You get a bunch of guys to work for you. You make a mangal for the chevra, barbecue. You put the meat down and you walk away. Comes the guy and he starts flipping the burgers for you. He flips the steaks. Is that okay or not? Mutter. It's mutter. Why? Because you put it on the fire. How much was it cooked? 1%, that's it. It doesn't matter. You put it on, the guy can do 99% of the work. What if the guy puts it on and you do 20% of the work? Mutter or asur? That's why we have to learn. That's why we're here today. Mamish halachas l'maises. Heichidami, no machloikis. It's going to be mutter. Oh, well, yeah, no, I shouldn't say that. This is a Ramah, Sfarad in the whole thing. Heichidami, ilem de lo yihapich bei, have a bashal. What if the guy didn't flip it? But by you putting the steak on the grill and walking away, it's edible in a half hour. Pshita. Then of course the guy didn't do anything. So we're talking about if the guy didn't flip it around, it wouldn't cook at all. Am I mutter? Why is that mutter? So over here it's mashma that it's not good enough to just put a little bit on. But we're going to see that's not so. Let's see. That's why there's a machlokes between the Ashkenazim and the Sfaradim. Let's see. Have a bosh without the shot. If nobody flipped it, it would take 2 hours to cook. And now the steak is done in 1 hour because the guy flipped it. I would think that making it go quicker is considered cooking. And there's a problem of chasna, there's a problem of other stuff. No, the guy didn't do anything. He just made it quicker, but that's not called bishul. Says anything that's similar to the food of this robber ben Drusai, which means it's only cooked a third, it's not a problem. In other words, if it's a third done, then there's no bishul. What if it's less than a third done? It is a problem. No, so you see it's a problem. Everybody don't turn around. Actually, do turn around and embarrass him. I just want to show you what kind of people come to the shir at night. I think he speaks English, right? You speak English? He's the Einikel of Rav Brandsdorfer. He comes every single night. And it's geschmack to have Yerushalmi now shir. One of the two. Or three we have. Says the Gemara, the whole of Voch, but during the week he wears the blue and the stripes, the zebra. Says Gemara, what if it's less than a third? Then it'll be a problem. It'll be a problem that a guy cooked it. We just said if you put a steak on the grill and you walk away, even though it's 1%, it's not bishul akum. And we just said no, it has to be 33% in order not to be bishul akum. Says Gemara also, the problem over here was getting the oisvi besilta. The Jew, before it was 33%, he took it off the fire. And then the guy went and put it back on the fire under 33% cooked. That's the problem. But if nobody ever removed it from the fire, just he flipped it, then even if the Jew put it on and was only cooked for 1%, that's not a bishul akum anymore. We see this thing that if a Jew puts the meat on top of the coals, and he comes and he flips it, where's the Jew going? He goes to the shul, he goes to the Beis HaMedrash. A woman also, it's not only in roasting, it's also in cooking. She puts the pot on the flame. She comes back from the bathhouse and Beis HaKnesses. Some people are goyis other things there. Well, what is she doing in shul? It says shuk on the side. Yeah, the famous Maisa, the woman tells her husband, listen, I'm going out for 10 minutes. So I want you to do me a favor. Every 15 minutes, I need you to mix the pot. Sometimes the emes comes out, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we got to do sponsor. Yeah. Don't worry, got it. We should do a thing where he says the sponsorship in front. Turning of the daf, Adar Global. I didn't see this. This is dangerous. And do I enjoying the benefit of Messiahs of other? Oh, Meisters. MDY is enjoying the benefit of Meisters of Adar's MDY clients. Create more Meisters for MDY so that can help us all get Amud Beis. Yevaldik. Meisters of MDY. Anonymous. Lilzech Nishmas. Yachad Gilo Bas Itamar Ephraim. Chaim Yitzchok Ben Shmuel Avigdor. Anonymous as a schus vatzlochen ruchnis and gashmius ishkoyach.
The Aryeh idea is good.
The what?
The Aryeh idea could be good.
What idea?
Getting somebody else to say those sponsors.
Yeah, you like it?
Play the
Write it
recording.
suffer. You write so many words.
Say cute.
I had a different husband. Let him get out. Whatever he needs to get out over there. It doesn't help. But I mean, it's an interesting to mix it up a little bit. And the guy's like, hello, I gotta say that he's working on it in front of the mirror. It's the whole thing. What if the guy puts the steak on the spiel? Don't say that again. What happens if the guy puts the steak on the flame and the Yisrael is the one that's flipping it over? This is interesting kavachomer. You see that if the guy finishes it off, it's okay. So certainly if the Jew finishes it off, it's okay. Itmar nami. Mutter. Says Rabbi Yochanan, it doesn't matter who puts it on, whether the guy puts it on the grill and the Jew continues flipping it, or if the Jew puts it on the grill and the guy flips it, it's all mutter. So when is it asur? From beginning to end, or the beginning it says beginning and end. And here comes the halacha, interesting halacha lamaisa, but we can't pass it like that because the Sfardim have something different. Harifted is shogar of Yechavim. So interesting, because even on Daf Lametes, it has the word shogar, but it's shiger. Over here, shogar means something else. Usually people know the word shogar means to send. Over here it means to light the fire. Harifted is shogar of Yechavim Vafa Yisrael. The bread, the guy turned on the oven, and the Jew put it in, he's the baker. Inami, shogar Yisrael, this is what Ashkenazim do. They light the fire and they walk away. Then the guy could take over. Or if the guy started and ended, but the Jew did something in the middle, he moved around the racks over there, it's okay. Nu halacha, dag meliach. You have a guy that made herring. Can you eat herring made by a guy? What's the shaila? The shaila is it considered bishul? Bishul means a pot, not salting something. So that's why Chizkiah says it's okay, and Rabbi Yochanan says no, that's a type of bishul. Beitzah tzluya. Now think about it logically, not people that learned the daf. What is different about an egg from all other foods? Why would it be okay to have a bishul akum on an egg? What? Who says we're talking about a shell? Oh. So what if there's a shell? What? So? Oh, close. Because there's a shell, there's Tzaddik. Hello? Spiegel. Since there's a shell, there's a mechitza. There's a barrier between this and the food. Says the Gemara, Bakapara Shari Rabbi Yochanan Asar. Machloikis. Is the shell enough? Kiyotzer Avdimi Omar, Echad Dogmelia Vechad Beitzah Tzluya. Chizkiu Bakapara Sharu. We have two people that say that an egg with a shell is mutter, and also this herring. Rabbi Yochanan Asar, Rabbi Yochanan says Asar. Rabbi Yochanan Parva Ikla Maisa Shahaya. Crazy story. He went to the base, the head of the nation, the Rosh Galus. Now the Rosh Galus always had all these people, and a lot of times in Shas you see the people that his Gabayim, they weren't good people. Over here we see a terrible story. What's the halacha with a roasted egg? We have two that say it's mutter, and Rabbi says it's awesome. But the problem is, the two are right, because it's 2 against 1. It's mutter. Rav Zvid, Rav Zvid, who's the Talmud of Abayim Ravi, he said, don't listen to them. This is what my Rebbe said. The halacha is that it's asur. Says the Gemara, you're not going to believe this. Ashkiuna goy to the challah. They gave him to drink a little, like the poison drink. Yeah, drink this is good stuff. They killed him. They murdered him. They assassinated him. Why? Over 1 egg. Tana Rabbana. Hakafrisen, bakafloitos, berry husks, something, leek. Here we have leek. And what's this? This is kafrisen. We had a whole thing, and I think it was brachos. This leek. This has like different, like 5 different things here. Yeah, different capers. That's what it is. Capers. That's cress. Okay, we get there. Vamitalio, bachamim, hot water. Are you allowed to drink hot water that a goy made? Doesn't say coffee, it says hot water. Vakloyos, grain that's roasted. Shlein, mutarin. Why? Because all the stuff you can basically eat without cooking, so there's no bishalakum. Beitat sluya. Oh, here we pass like Rabbi Yochanan. Asura, roasted egg also. Shemen, what about oil, which we had a whole discussion about. Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, or otherwise known as Yehuda, Nasiya, Vaizdino, Nimnu Olav Yitiru. They said it's motor. I heard Punk today that the reason why they were mad is because Jews were going, they loved oil so much, they were going and they were trying to get oil, and some of them died doing it. Like the going would kill them. So they said, it's better just to be matter. Tanyo hi, Amatalyo hi, Pesilio hi, Shiasa. It's all the same, it's Shiasa. Now this doesn't help us much, right? Mitalia, Pesilio, Shiasa. But my Shiasa, what is that? There's 40 years from Mitzrayim. There's a story that just came out of Mitzrayim 60 years ago, 40 years ago. Says first of all, you should know there's no machlokes, mar b'shnei or mar b'shnei. Each one was talking about where he was, and his generation was 60 years ago, 40 years ago. But it happened on the same year. But what happened? What is Shiasa? Or a boy said, what is Shiasa? A story happened, though what? Maisu Bizra the Karpiso. They take the seed of cress seeds here, was cress, was big into cress. Ubizra the Kitana, they take the seeds of flax. Ubizra the Shavalita, and they take the seeds of fenugreek. And they soak it in warm water. And they let it sit there until it starts taking root. The roots start growing. And they take brand new barrels and they fill it with water. And they take some clay and they take the seeds and they put it in there. And they go into the bathhouse. How long is a person in the bathhouse? An hour and a half, 2 hours. By the time they get out, it's already sprouting. Oh, this is going to be geschmack. Cheetah pet, mamish and cheetah pet. Look at this guy, comes out of the mikvah. Look at the heat coming out of his head. Geschmack. Now look what I helped out a lot with this one. Look what he has. Instead of crest, he has cress. He turned into, you chop what's going on here? Here, cress. There's a cooling cress. Geschmack, from cress seeds. Oh, there's a whole thing here. This could cool you off like you can't even believe. Yeah, this is what people do. He's dying from heat, but he takes the cress, he turns into an icicle. From his hair on his head all the way to his toes. Or Ravashi, what do you tell me stories? Baba Mais says a guy eats a little cress and he's going to turn into an icicle. No. It's through Kishuf. This is what happened, Kishuf. So you want to know what Shiasa is? That's Shiasa. It's this cress toothpaste thing. You have this some dates, this leftover date stuff, and you put it into a big pot. Giant pot aser. Why aser? Because the goyish pot has a bunch of blias. But if you put it in a tiny pot, mutter, no blias in a small pot. What's blias again? The goy might have cooked some tray food in there, and it absorbed, the walls of the pot absorbed. Don't worry about it in a small pot. What's a small pot? You have a little tiny bird like this. It's actually smaller in this picture. Tiny. They have them in every city in America, and every city in Eretz Yisrael. Little tiny drawer. Some people say this is kosher. If a little bird, and we had in yeshiva a little bird like that in a room, half the size of this, we could not catch it for 3 days. Impossible. Throw towels at it. We would try. It's unbelievable. So anyway, it's actually called, the Gemara talks about that, it lives in houses. You can't get it out. I'm not going to say whose house I ate by today, although I mentioned it earlier on. A cat got into his house. They can't get it out. It's hiding in this top floor, and at night it comes down and eats from their food. Anything left over in the ate part of the challah. Shmak. Yeah. I don't understand. So what if the little bird can't get it? The pot is so small. But maybe they cut down pieces. They chopped it in, chopped meat, and put it in. No, they didn't have chopped meat in those days. But that small pieces of meat, If the head, this little point can't get in, that's small enough. Nobody cuts up the meat smaller than that. But maybe there's no blias in the pot, then I could use the pot. It's not a problem to warm up these dates. But we learned but we said that even a large pot, there's no problem with blias, like kasha. This is a mandoma who says that the blias after 24 hours gives a terrible taste, and mela it's still asur. So it's machlokes. Can I use the large pot that's before the Israelis come in here? This is Nagela Maisa. It happened to me a few times. You get an Airbnb. Now, I have a guy, one of my good friends, he sits here in the front table. I don't want to embarrass him. He shows up to the airport with all his knives to cut the meat. Shows up in his carry-on. No, what do they do to him? They confiscate his knives. So he shows up in the Airbnb without knives. He has all this meat, all this stuff. He's going to make meals. No knives. What do? So you can take a knife from the Airbnb and do agola to it. So you put it in you can do it in the kettle first. There's a whole different things. Asra Avodah, but here's the shaila. The thing is, this pot is over a day old. Even if it has blias, it's nice and of gam. And according to this mandom, it's mutter. You're allowed to use it. I guess we'll stop here. Unfortunately, Rabbi Sai, have a good Voch. Should see Mashiach soon.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.